Finally! I've been struggling all day trying to get Fraps to work, but apparently Fraps will not work on YouTube anymore. Hooray! Anyway, it is now late May, and we are watching Death Battle, Beast vs. Goliath. Oh, the wise noble beast monsters. I've got good memories of both of them. Beast, aka Hank McCoy, is a great mentor to the younger X-Men. And Goliath, well, Gargoyles is one of my favorite shows growing up. What's not to like about heroic monsters fighting evil monsters? So I'm kind of torn on who's gonna win. But I'm kind of thinking Goliath might have an edge. And I think the battle might begin right at nightfall, so I don't think sunrise is going to be an issue during the battle. But let's find out. Here we go. Watching now. Mr. Arthur watches Death Battle.
Some of the greatest heroes of all are shunned by the very people they continue to protect.
Basically the worst deal ever.
Like Beast, the blue genius of the X-Men.
And Goliath, the gargoyle who gives new meaning to the phrase tough as stone. He's whiz and I'm boomstick.
Yep.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah, it looks like dusk is just setting in there.
Mutation, the key to evolution. The process is slow, normally taking thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
If that means we're all eventually gonna transform into blue hairy monkey men, count me out.
Feared by most normal people, mutants generally begin to show signs of their uniqueness around puberty. Not so for Hank McCoy.
Yeah,
this is what surprised me.
It was pretty clear that something was different about him. Namely the giant monkey hands and feet.
Hank had those monkey limbs ever since birth.
He better
I didn't
give
know
dear
that.
Mom double the presents on Mother's Day.
Though Hank successfully hid his mutation from the world throughout his adolescent life, he was eventually discovered and shunned. Constantly harassed and eventually kicked out of his own school, he was left to wallow in loneliness.
Until good old Wheels showed up and offered him a place on the
Charles
mutant group
Xavier.
known as the X-Men.
Hello.
Hank took
Hi,
on
Angel.
the nickname that was previously used to degrade him and transformed it into something new. His code name, the Beast.
Beast.
As an X-Man, Beast became an integral member of this uncanny team. His superhuman strength, speed, and durability let him go toe-to-toe with baddies like the immovable Blob and Kraven the Hunter.
But Beast was a genius, like yours truly, and quickly completed his doctoral studies. Eventually leaving the X-Men, he became a leading researcher in mutant genetics. Desperate to
I watched
cure
X-Men
the mutant
Evolution.
phenomenon, Beast developed a serum which he theorized would temporarily counteract the mutated genes in his body.
Except it kind of did the opposite.
Nope.
Poor guy. Now he
It
truly was a beast.
It just sped up the
His transformation wasn't all bad
evolution.
though. Fuzzy Beast could now lift over 10 tons, run over 40 miles per hour, and jump over 25 feet in the air.
He also had a wicked healing factor which made him essentially bulletproof. But this was nerfed dramatically from healing instantaneously to over a couple of hours when Quasimodo's experiments turned him blue.
For a scientific genius, he never did quite figure out how to turn back to his old self. I mean, he's been able to turn into a Catman, a Horseman, Blue Kelsey Grammer, and even Sasquatch. Somehow, he always ends up as his classic Blue Ape self.
Now unable to hide in plain sight, Beast had little choice but to return to the X-Men as a teacher and a leader.
As my research makes evident, it is possible to enhance the intelligence of mollusca cephalopoda, such as the squid, to the same level as that of the average human. Even a little above average. I'm afraid I must leave early, so I'll hand you over to my new teaching assistant, Mr. Cephalopod.
Hold on, everyone. Now, where were we? I asked the neurological aspects of cognitive intelligence. Were there any questions?
Beast isn't just a genius, he's also a ridiculously
Thank you, Mr.
strong
Cephalopod.
fighter. He has survived hits from the Juggernaut, smashed open a tank with his bare fists, hit the ground with a punch so hard he created an earth-shattering
60-plus ton
shockwave,
tree of gold.
and lifted a solid gold oak tree.
A cubic foot of gold weighs
What?
approximately 1 ton. Comparing the diameter of the tree to Hank's height, it's reasonable to believe that this golden tree weighs at least 60 tons.
Damn!
Or a shit ton, to be precise.
A shit!
Despite his athletic skill and enormous strength, Beast is a pacifist, preferring diplomacy over fisticuffs. He is rarely eager to enter a fight. In combat, he usually relies on his teammates to throw punches while he holds back to come up with game-winning strategies using his brilliant mind. Like the time he figured out how to use Juggernaut's own bulk against him.
As Archimedes said when he discovered the principle of displacement, Eureka.
But when he gets angry, he'll enter a rage which makes him so uncontrollably fierce, he's a danger even to his closest friends. Literally unleashing the beast within.
Beast's monstrous appearance remained a permanent part of his life. He was never truly accepted by society, and even had to leave the woman he loved for fear she would become a target of mutant haters.
But if he could have his way, he would spend his days hanging from the ceiling with a nice cup of tea, reading Shakespeare. But we don't always get what we want, so he'll have to settle for kicking ass.
With faint heart, averted feet, and many a tear, in our opposed path to persevere. A minor poet for a minor obstacle.
Go Beast. Alright, let's look at Goliath.
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles.
And badass cartoon intros.
Stone by day, warriors by night, gargoyles used to be common throughout the world. Like the stone statues they inspired, gargoyles were known as protectors. Guarding their home and those inside was always their top priority.
It's not every day your garden statue is also your top-billed bodyguard. Otherwise, I'd have a shitload more lawn gnomes.
In the year 994 AD, a clan of gargoyles formed a symbiotic relationship with the humans of a Scottish castle. Using their superhuman strength, keen senses, and warrior spirit, the gargoyles defended the castle from invaders at night.
Broadway.
In return, their human allies would watch over them during the day when they are most vulnerable, as gargoyles turn to solid stone in daylight.
The gargoyles were led by Goliath, a creature with a voice so sexy it makes humans turn to stone. If you know what I'm saying.
You are trespassing.
He has the same voice actor as Chaos in Dissidia, by the way.
Due to their beastly appearance, Goliath's clan eventually faced unjust prejudice from the very humans under their protection.
We are most seriously displeased to allow beasts in the dining hall.
These are unnatural creatures. No good can come from associating with them.
If that wasn't bad enough, Goliath was betrayed by his closest human friend, causing nearly his entire clan to be smashed to bits. Then the few that did survive were magically sealed in stone forever by a misinformed wizard. Talk about a shitty Monday.
Sealed in stone forever, or until one very specific, seemingly impossible criteria was met.
The terms of the spell were that they would sleep until the castle rises above the clouds.
And when he says above the clouds, he means it literally. So, stone they remained for 1,000 years until in 1994.
Some billionaire with a name that sounds like an antidepressant just happened to be crazy enough to try something.
The Xanatos Gambit.
Moved every last stone of the ancient castle to the top of his New York skyscraper, which happened to poke above the clouds.
The cost of which must have been astronomical.
Don't disappoint me.
And now you know why it's called the Xanatos Gambit. And it paid off! Goliath awakens yet again.
The curse was broken, the gargoyles awoke once again, and Goliath was tasked with leading his clan into the modern world. Despite being completely out of his element, Goliath adapted surprisingly fast.
You mean he was texting and watching cat videos in no time?
No, this was the 90s.
Oh, so he wore crazy colored clothing and used nonsensical description words like bodacious, radical, or...
Jalapeno.
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 Jalapeno. Jalapeno.
Okay.
Damn it.
Turns turns out Goliath was naturally suited to traverse the broad expanse of the city with his enormous wings. Though to be clear, Goliath insists that he can't fly, only glide on the wind.
Which I insist is bullshit. What else would you call what's happening right here other than friggin' flying?
Regardless of wind direction and speed, it seems Goliath has no trouble gliding wherever he wants to go. He only has issue taking off from the ground, requiring an elevated point to start from.
Good thing he can scale giant skyscrapers from ground level without breaking a sweat. Goliath is strong enough to lift a car, create a small earthquake, and tear through steel with his bare claws, like it was wet paper.
He's fast enough to keep pace with foes who use rocket-powered flight, and he's tough enough to survive a fall over 100 feet.
He was even able to keep gliding after being shot by a Nazi plane's machine gun while fighting in World War II. He traveled through time. It was weird.
Yeah.
Goliath may look like a brutal monster, and he certainly can be when he goes into a rage.
Oh.
However, he's actually rather clever and wise. He was able to outsmart Oberon, who is practically an all-powerful magical god. And when Goliath's not leading his clan into battle or struggling to have a relationship with a human detective,
boundaries!
He's usually holed up in his castle's library, reading.
Wise and powerful, Goliath is a true force of nature. For 12 hours of the day.
Right, the other 12, he's a motionless stone statue, making him a pretty easy target. Even when he's awake, Goliath often puts himself in danger for the sake of others, regardless of the risk.
Hey, he's managed to survive for over 1,000 years, and believe me when I say, you do not want to be on this gargoyle's bad side.
My name is Goliath, and I belong to no one.
Stop whining.
A gargoyle doesn't whine. He roars!
Ha! Take that. Alright, battle time. And I'm still unsure.
Once and for all.
It's time for a death
And I'm still unsure who's going to win. Yep. The sun is about to set. And there we go. Goliath awakens. Look out, Hank. Careful, Hank. All I know is Beast's moves says pretty limited. They're climbing good. Jeez. Rage. Oh. Well, that was short.
They never show you that shit on 90s cartoons.
Beast and Goliath were pretty even in terms of strength and speed.
Yeah, that was pretty short.
Beast was always more of a team player, preferring not to fight directly unless absolutely necessary.
And since Goliath spent decades defending his ancient castle at New York from Vikings, thugs, magic beings, and ghosts, his combat experience trumped Beast's.
Also, be careful not to misinterpret Beast's golden tree feat. While it might sound far more impressive than anything Goliath has done, Beast did not actually lift the whole 60-plus ton tree off the ground. It's nothing surpassing his usual feats.
Hey, one time Goliath got nailed in the back by an anti-aircraft round. That's right, Goliath got shot by a gun designed to destroy airplanes, got back up and dropped a radio tower on the fools that tried it.
And Beast didn't wait until sunrise for an advantage for two reasons. One, he didn't know what would happen because gargoyles in his universe don't share the stone by day rule. And second, Beast isn't tough enough to stand against Goliath for 12 hours straight. Finally, Beast has fought somebody similar to Goliath named the Griffin, and only survived the fight due to his fellow X-Men Angel's help.
In the end, Beast just didn't have the heart to keep up with the gargoyle.
The winner is Goliath.
Alright, that was pretty short, so who's next?
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh! Here we go. Solid Snake. Versus who?
It's showtime.
Versus...
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm Ben, I play Wiz.
And I'm Chad, and I play Boomstick.
And next time on Death Battle, Solid Snake.
We've had Snake requested over and over and over again for years, and actually a few different possible matchups. But if you guys want to see who he's fighting, make sure you go follow us on our social media. That's at ScrewAttack on Twitter or Facebook.com/officialSA, because we'll be announcing his combatant very soon.
But in the meantime, be sure to check out the latest Game Over Thinker and the latest Desk of Death Battle, which is all about how Tony Stark's brain tumor once saved the world.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, so yeah, that was a pretty simple battle. Then again, Beast and Goliath had pretty even movesets. And well, yeah, very, very short. There was only so much they could do to each other. Battle didn't even get to see sunrise. But hey, next time Solid Snake is coming. That's good news. Who? I guess we'll find out in due time. Well, until then, this is Mr. Author signing off. And here's